Iran's ambassador to Uganda, Majid Safar, has called on the international community to condemn what he described as the ongoing war against Iran, warning that the conflict could become a major threat to global peace and stability. Speaking in Kampala, Ambassador Safar urged countries, particularly Islamic nations and members of the non-aligned movement currently chaired by Uganda, to take a firm position against these escalating hostilities. He warned that continued military confrontation in the Middle East risk widening the conflict and destabilizing not only the region but also the broader international order. According to the ambassador, Iran remains prepared to defend its sovereignty with all available resources. However, he emphasized that diplomacy should remain the preferred path for resolving tensions. Safar said the situation represents what he called a ticking time bomb that requires urgent diplomatic engagement from the global community to prevent further escalation.
The attack was directed against densely populated cities, residential areas, civilians. Yourself that a neighboring country come to and try to kill you and to occupy your territories. What do you want to do? Do you stay and watch only? We have asked the Ugandan government, first of all, to, as a member of the OIC, as a member of the UN, and also as the chair country of the NAM, Non-Alignment Movement, to do its responsibility and to, strongly condemn.
The remarks come amid rising geopolitical tensions involving Iran and several regional and global powers, with fears that the conflict could draw in additional actors and deepen instability across the Middle East.
Students, as I've heard, is 52, and with cooperation and activity of the Charge d'Affaires of the Ugandan embassy in Tehran, Ambassador Matata, they are shifted to Turkey, and they will come back to Uganda soon. A strongly condemnation of the Israeli attacks against our country is 100% requested from the African countries, especially, and I think all of them are member of the UN. Some of them are the member of the OIC, Organization of Islamic Cooperation. Therefore, this is the somehow responsibility and obligation for them to strongly condemn the act of aggression and the attacks of the Israelis against our country.
Meanwhile, President Yoweri Museveni addressed the issue during an iftar dinner at State House, where he reflected on Uganda's diplomatic position and its role as current chair of the non-aligned movement. Museveni said Uganda maintains friendly relations with multiple parties involved in the Middle East tensions, including Israel, Iran, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and the United States.
All of them, they are all our friends. The Israelis are our friends. The Iranians are our friends. The UAE are our friends. The Qataris are our friends. The Saudis, the Americans.
He noted that Uganda's leadership of the non-aligned movement places the country in a unique position to advocate for dialogue rather than confrontation.
I am chairman of the non-aligned movement. Up to now, I am still chairman.
During his remarks, Museveni said he raised several questions regarding the long-running Israeli-Palestinian conflict, which he described as a central issue influencing tensions in the region. First, the president questioned why Palestinian leaders have struggled to fully embrace a two-state solution, which proposes the establishment of an independent Palestinian state alongside Israel.
I was saying, you people, the Iranians now, why don't you recognize Israel? They said Israel does not belong here. it is not, it is a transplant in the Middle East. I said, no. Me, I know this part of the world from the Bible. You are all mentioned in the Bible. The Jews are mentioned, the Persians are mentioned. There's another group called Medians. The Philistines, Palestinians are mentioned. Goliath was a Palestinian. Why don't you? So I told them, you should accept Israel so that we implement the two-state solution.
At the same time, you also challenged Israel leaders, asking why Israel has been reluctant to formally recognize and implement the same two-state framework. Museveni argued that reluctance on both sides has prolonged the conflict and complicated efforts to achieve lasting peace in the region.
Then I go to Netanyahu, who is a good friend of mine. He has come here many times. We're in this house here with him and the president of Sudan. General Burhan. We were here. We had a meeting here. I said, why don't you recognize Palestine? Why? The two-state solution. Because if, of course, for them they say, initially the Palestinians, the Arabs did not accept the two-state solution. It is true that in one of the conferences, Khartoum conference, the Arabs had said, no recognition, no what, that line. But since that time, they have accepted. You Israel, why don't you implement this? They can't. You don't know why. They say, oh, this one, they say this, but you can see they are very reluctant to accept the two-state solution.
The Ugandan leader also raised concerns about the role of global powers, partially questioning the United States' use of military force in addressing international disputes. He suggested that reliance on force often worsens tensions instead of creating space for diplomatic solutions.
Then our friends, the Americans, the use of force in this area, in that statement, I gave the history of all these mistakes.
As tensions continue to rise, diplomats warn that the coming weeks could prove critical in determining whether this crisis moves toward de-escalation or further confrontation. For Uganda, officials say the country will continue advocating for dialogue, diplomacy, and peaceful resolution through international platforms such as the Non-Aligned Movement.